policies of Hillary Clinton have produced only poverty, joblessness, failing schools, broken homes, and rising crime. And it's only getting worse. They don't care about you. Remember that.
In just this past week, under the guise of outreach to African Americans, Trump has stood up in front of largely white audiences and described black communities in such insulting and ignorant terms.
Well, the race is heating up, of course, both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton making a major play for African-American votes. But as the two battle it out on the trail, which candidate offers a more promising platform on the merits? Here to weigh in is National Director of the Center for Urban Renewal and Education, the Reverend Derek McCoy. Reverend McCoy, great to see you this morning. So you just
Good to be with you.
Hillary Clinton essentially accused Donald Trump of racism for attempting to appeal to African-American voters. Do you think it is racist to make a pitch to those voters?
Absolutely not. I think it's imperative that they make that pitch. One of the things that's really clear is that we cannot go on like the Nixon Southern strategy of the 1960s, where he just reached out to more white voters and said that's going to get us over the aspect of it. And I think you're going to have to make a big pitch to African-American voters.
So it's a tough pitch to make, though, because in the last election, I think something like 96% of black voters went for the Democrat, President Obama. Trump is now polling in the NBC poll, at least, at about 8%. Is it a question of not being able to hear what he says? It seems to me a lot of black voters just decide the Republican is not on my side, doesn't like me, and I can't even hear the details of what he's saying.
Well, you make a good point. I think what we have to look at, and when I look at this whole thing, Trump has a great opportunity in front of him, as well as Hillary is going to have to make a big play to be able to really include the African-American vote. Here's the deal. The African-American community, while you have a lot of folks that may be strapped in poverty, but they are disproportionately represented in that poverty mix. While being only about 12% of the population, you're looking at us being about a third of the population of the poverty rolls.
Right.
On the other side of it, though, which I don't think they're quite getting, is that there's $1.1 trillion in African-American net disposable income. It is a population pool of growing people that have managerial, professional jobs, that have college in their background. And so that voting bloc, especially over 25, is going to be critical. And I think they're a little bit more conservative leaning and open to hear. But you have to be able to understand the distinguishments of both sides of that African-American community.
So Obama's election was seen as a great victory for a lot of people, particularly for black voters. Here are the numbers after 8 years. 2009, there were 9.9 million African Americans living in poverty. As of 2014, the number is up to 10.7 million. The overall poverty rate in America is a little over 4%. For black Americans, it's 8.5%. These are not numbers that suggest a victory, really. They're numbers that suggest a failure.
Absolutely, and that's why many in the African-American community, and I think what you're looking at is many people are dissatisfied with the policies that have been put in place for years in several communities that have been run by Democrats. And so if you look in Baltimore City, if you look in Milwaukee, if you look in other places, these places have been run by large majority of Democrats, and I think a lot of African-Americans are becoming discontent with the policies and what has been the strategies to date. They're looking for new solutions. They want to see jobs created. They want to see people come off those welfare rolls. They also want to see economic opportunities in terms of entrepreneurism and other things.
You hope that someone want to try something new, because it's definitely not working.
Absolutely.
Reverend, great to see you this morning. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Thank you.